So you've heard we're going to have a conference and that we're calling it Remain. And you may be wondering to yourself, what does that even mean? Why would I want to come? What are you going to talk about? So I just kind of wanted to shed some light on what to expect at the Remain conference coming up in October. So in John 15, in verses 1 through 8, Jesus says the word remain 8 times in those 8 verses. And he says the phrase remain in me 5 times. So Jesus, we have to assume that he does not just waste words, waste time. So if he says remain 8 times and the phrase remain in me 5 times in that very, very short chunk of scripture, then it must be important. It must be worth listening to and just delving into and figuring out what wisdom is he trying to share with us with this concept of remain. Now, this is the passage of scripture where he says that he is the true vine and that his Father is the gardener and that we are the branches. And so what we're going to be doing at the Remain conference is just really delving into those first 8 verses of John 15 and just looking at it from some different angles and how to practically apply it to our daily lives as Christians. Now, I know that my life is very full of just lots of random things at all times, and I'm sure yours is too. So when Jesus says, remain in me, that's such a crazy concept, because how can I remain in Jesus and be teaching algebra to my son? Or how can I remain in Jesus and be, tackling a tough problem at work? It's like, how can you do both at the same time? When I'm doing these other things like teaching or working, I'm not, meditating on scripture. I'm not singing hymns of praise. I'm not thinking about Jesus at all. Does that mean I'm not remaining in him though? So we're going to look at some of these things and just kind of explore the ideas together, and also have some troubleshooting sessions of, looking at our connection to Jesus. As branches, how is our connection to the vine? And troubleshooting, problems that may arise. And we will also be looking at the question, where's the fruit? Hello. We'll be looking at the question, where's the fruit? Sometimes, at least in my own life, I'm doing all the right things. I'm like, where's the fruit? Where is it? I don't see it. I don't feel it. And then we will also be doing a troubleshooting session of times to call in the gardener. Sometimes our connection to the vine can be strong, and maybe we're seeing some fruit, but there's some reasons that we just really need God to come in and help us, whether it's, pests in our lives or disease, or the enemy trying to steal us away. And so we're going to be having, some group sessions talking about all these things, or like big group sessions, and then also for the troubleshooting sessions, breaking up into smaller groups, just kind of based on different areas of need, so that we can encourage one another and we can sharpen each other and build each other up in the specific seasons of life that we're in. So that is kind of the information we're going to cover. That's the nitty-gritty. But also, a conference is about more than just taking in and listening to someone share something. It's also about fellowship and meeting new people and having time to eat or laugh, worship, all of those things as well. So we're just gonna have a great time. If you can't come for the whole thing, that is totally fine. Come for the parts that you can, and we'll try to make it as worth your time as possible and pack in as much power as possible as well. So everybody will be getting a workbook / meditation guide of just insights about the scripture and questions that you can ask yourself in order to go deeper with your own relationship and your own connection to the vine. And we'll have some raffle prizes, and I'm hoping to do a bonfire one of the nights if weather permits, things like that. And it will be on my land at my home, and we'll be having some opportunity to sit in my garden and just really kind of understand that concept even deeper of what Jesus is trying to say, where he's the vine and where the branch is and the Father is the gardener, because he gives us such wisdom in such a simple everyday example, but sometimes we just really need to see it in order to solidify the truths in our heart. So that will be the goal. And I hope and pray that everyone who attends will come away just refreshed and energized, and with renewed growth potential and opportunity to see fruit, and just that it will be a blessing for everyone who's involved. So I really hope you can make it. But that is the significance of Remain. Is Jesus, he repeats it so many times, and we want to look at that more deeply and just understand how we can apply it to our practical everyday lives, and not just keep it on the page and appreciate it on the page. We want to appreciate it in our hearts and in our minds and in our daily walk, with our children, our husbands, our friends, our workmates, and just be able to be more strongly connected to Jesus as the vine. So, looking forward to seeing you in October.